Hey everybody, my name is Selyp, and welcome back to Sang-Froid. We are now on Chapter 17, and this one is pretty difficult. I would be lying if I say I haven't given it a couple tries, and that's kind of the reason this video has been taking so long. I've had to try out a few different strategies, but I think I've nailed down the one that works best. So let's go ahead and hop right in here, watch a brief cutscene, and then we'll get to the mission. So, Chapter 17, Politics and Treachery.
In the distance, that cry coming from the village. It has just been born. It is looking for us.
The invisible beast. But why is it looking for us in particular?
Anyway, we have old Crazy Eyes glasses, and the blacksmith is supposed to give us our magic axe today. I don't know about you guys, but if I were the invisible beast, I'd pack up the kids and get the hell out of town without waiting for my change.
The third key is missing, but I don't know what it is. I haven't been able to see it. I don't know.
Of course, the three elements. Like the Trinity. Listen, Joe. I'm gonna pick up the axe in the village. The trip will give me a chance to think about everything. Take good care of Ch.17. Her fever seems to be getting worse.
Well, if it isn't Jack O'Carroll, hero of the village in person, I wanted to thank you for saving my little Adele. When a community like ours works as a team, we can do great things.
Don't try to soften me up with your sweet talk, Mayor. I want nothing to do with you.
You know what, my friend? In a way, you're right to be mad at me. I say things without thinking first these days. But I know you're a Democrat and a man of your word. I recognize things have gone from bad to worst in Wolfsvale, and I need your advice on how to set things right. I'm inviting you to the hotel. By accepting my invitation, you will be giving all the citizens of the village the benefit of your wisdom.
I'm not in the habit of opening my trap, Mr. Mayor. But since you asked for a piece of my mind, I'll give it to you. That's why the responsible government of Baldwin and LaFontaine represents, in my view, the most important achievement in the nation in a very long time.
My, you're a veritable fount of knowledge, my friend. To show my gratitude, let me offer you an elixir worthy of an empire. A citizen. Innkeeper, pour us some of your special reserve. Those Irish spirits that are 100 years old.
Right away, sir.
Perhaps our political views are irreconcilable, but we share, I'm sure, a taste for the great whiskeys.
I have to admit it's been a long time since I've tasted anything so horrific.
Alrighty, we now have access to the mortar, so let's watch that real quick, and then we'll set our traps up.
The mortar. The mortar's placement is done in 2 steps. Place the mortar wherever you like, then position where you want the mortar to strike. While you're nearby, press E to use the mortar. Left click to fire the mortar.
Okay, so as you can see, we now are controlling our other brother, and that is part of what makes this mission so difficult. If you go to our inventory, we have just the old pine axe, the starting musket, and no skills. So the odd thing about this, though, is that on hard mode it's actually a bit easier than it is on easy mode, because Joe has a lot more health than Jack does, especially without items. So it's one of those weird, interesting things. So this mission can really give you a lot of trouble, especially if you're playing on easy, which seems kind of backwards. But anyway, let's go ahead and set our traps up. For wave 1, we have 3 Grand Wolves going for our cabin from over here, 3 more Grand Wolves from over here, and then 3 wolves and 3 wolves up here. For wave 2, we have 2 werewolves, Mycan warrior, 2 Mycan shamans going for the hermit's place. For wave 3, we have a grand werewolf, as well as 4 regular werewolves all heading for the mill. And for wave 4, we have 4 will-o-wisps. So because we do not have any items and we are basically level 1, we're going to be using quite a few traps. Essentially going to be using almost all of our money. So let's go ahead and set up this spike trap here. And you can probably do it without setting this bait that I'm setting, but it's a little unpredictable. Sometimes they'll get hit, sometimes they won't, and it's not very much a sure thing. For this one, we're going to set a spike trap right here so that it will hit the Grand Wolves, but that it won't hit the regular wolves, and we are actually going to move that just a little bit back, about right there, just outside of range. That way it will for sure hit those Grand Wolves. And for the regular wolves, we're going to go ahead and just place a bonfire and fight them normally. It's just about the only thing in this mission that we can fight normally. Alright, wave 2. We have 2 werewolves up here. The quickest way to get rid of these guys is to place a bait and then use our newly acquired mortar right here. Lock it on up here on our bait, and those guys will pretty much instantly be dead. And for the Mycans up here, I like to place a spike trap and just kind of lure them all onto that. And in order to get us up there quick enough, we're going to go ahead and place a watchtower about right here and up to here. Okay, for wave number 3, we have quite a few things coming at us, and it took me a little while to figure out that the quickest way to get rid of these guys is to also use our newly acquired mortar. If you place it back a little ways, we can lock it on right here. And just to be sure, you may not need to do this exactly, but I like to place a bait on each side. That way we make sure that this grand werewolf doesn't finish off that first bait before the other werewolves get there, because he's going to get there first. So that's kind of just another added thing to have there just for sure. And for these will-o-wisps, we're going to go ahead and place a wayside cross, which will allow us to get rid of those guys. So our traps are set. We have a little bit of money left over. You could go ahead and get a sacred tree here in case the will-o-wisps are giving you trouble, and we may as well go ahead and do that. We probably won't need to use it, but it doesn't hurt to be sure, especially on this mission. And a couple cents isn't really going to kill us. So let's go ahead and get this night started.
Dusk already. My brother's still not back from the village. Bad feeling about this. To heck with Ch.17. She'll have to take care of herself for a bit.
Okay, so for this first wave here, we're pretty much just going to hang out by this bonfire and wait for the wolves to come to us. And we can watch our mini-map and smile in satisfaction as the grand wolves impale themselves on our spike traps. Yes, might be a little gruesome, but that's sometimes how it goes. So let's go ahead and sit back and enjoy the show for a minute. Should be hitting that spike trap right about now. There we go. We will go ahead and light this bonfire and start to take these guys out. Might as well use a rifle here to start things off. I'm trying to get a headshot, but failing, obviously. I might have gotten it because it killed him outright. And the bonfire is not very effective if you don't actually stand in it, so... Okay, let's make sure we're dodging these guys. Shouldn't be too much trouble. Let's reload our rifle real quick while we're waiting for our stamina to get up. And our bonfire is about to go out. him out. Him out. And we should be... Oh, we got one more over there. Didn't notice that guy, but we should be fine because he's the last one. Alrighty, so wave 2. Let's get over to our mortar. And just kind of hang out and wait for these werewolves to get to that bait. And then we'll basically nuke them. So, they're there. Let's go ahead and shoot them. Alright, we're good on those guys. Let's go ahead and head to our watchtower, zip on across this zip line, and take out these Mycans. They can get a little tricky because the Mycan shamans like to cast spells, and they don't really necessarily like to follow you. So we'll go ahead and shout right here so that they run that way. But basically we're just going to have to use our dodging and a little bit of luck to get them on the spike trap. Oh, they cast the spells right on it, so that is perfect. And we're going to go ahead and go back up this watchtower, or not back up, but over this other watchtower, and head over to our mill. Now this part was giving me trouble. I was trying to do like an explosive barrel and a spike trap over here, but it just wasn't working, so the mortar works out much better. So we pretty much just have to play the waiting game for a little bit while the Grand Werewolf and the regular werewolves head over here, and then our mortar should destroy them all. The weird thing is, once you're on the mortar, it doesn't show your mini-map, so I found that kind of odd. But that's okay. They should be getting close. Here they are. Now I'm going to go ahead and wait for them to finish that first bait just to make sure they're inside the mortar radius. They probably are right now, but I don't want to take any chances, because if we don't kill them all, we will not stand a chance. Let's go ahead and shoot that. And good. There we go. So let's go ahead and light this thing for good measure. Our sacred tree. And then when these will-o-wisps get over here, we will light this wayside cross. And then we should be good to go. Now in this mission, the will-o-wisps can actually give you a little bit of trouble because we are so weak. So normally, I wouldn't even use any traps for 4 will-o-wisps, but with our old pine axe, we need all the help we can get. Okay, they should be... As soon as they're within vision, go ahead and light this. Could probably actually wait a little bit longer, but... There we go. And then we will just take these guys out, preferably before they get down there and start recovering health. So we got 2 of them right off the bat, thanks to our sacred tree. Unfortunately, those guys did make it underground, which is not cool because our wayside cross is going to expire soon. So try to do as much damage as you can, as quickly as you can, and try not to get knocked over like that. There we go. Oh, we didn't quite get him. I think we got that one. One did go underground, so as soon as he pops up, we will shoot him. But when it's just one, it's a lot easier. And unfortunately, we missed because I was panicking a little bit there. But one is a whole lot easier to handle than 2 at a time. I'm gonna save my rage until right now so he can't get underground. Dang it, he made it underground again still. So these guys can be a little bit of trouble because we do damage so slowly to them. Let's just go ahead and keep hacking away. Let's see if we can get him right here. There we go. So that'll do it for Chapter 17, which can be, oh yeah, there's this waypoint that we gotta go to first. Okay. Oh yeah, there's that. Alrighty, so that'll be it for Chapter 17. We will continue chapter 18 soon. Again, I apologize for the delay in the videos. That one was giving me a little bit of trouble. So hopefully this helps you guys out. And as always, my name is Selyp, and I will see you again soon.